friends, welcome to Online Learning Studio. In this video of our series Python Basic to Advanced, we will be learning about strings in Python. So let's jump into the tutorial. So what a string is? A string is any set of character which is enclosed between a single quote, double quote or a triple quote. That will be termed as a string. Any set of character means if you are writing numbers, alphabets or any characters, if you are enclosing those characters between a single quote, double quote or a triple quote, then that will be termed as a string. So let's quickly see. Suppose I have a variable called a which is having some value like Python, and then I have another variable called b which is having some number, and then I'm having some variable called c which is having some triple quote, triple single quotes, and let's put it some random things a b c 1 2 3, and also we have one more category. We can declare it like this also, 3 times double quote def, anything, any set of character, or you can put some special characters also. All these four are a type of string. Okay, so let's quickly check. Type of a, type of b, type of c, and type of d. Okay, so you can see all these four are of string type. Now, in Python, we use triple quote to write doc strings or comments also. So how we can distinguish between a doc string or a comment or a string? So the simple answer is, if a triple quote with some values inside it is attached with a function, means if it is kept below in the function, then that will be as a doc string to a function. So when we will be learning about functions, we will talk about doc strings. But if suppose anything which is simply randomly kept over here, okay, and there's no variable to reference it, then this will be acted as a comment. Although it is a string, okay, because it is a set of characters enclosed between the quotes, but since there is no reference to this particular data, so we will not be able to access it. That's why this will be acting as a comment. But if the same thing, if I'm putting it inside, putting it or assigning it to a variable, then it is a string, because we can use this variable to call out this particular value. So that's how you can differentiate between a string and a comment. Or if someone will ask you in an interview that okay, how you will be differentiating between a comment and a string. So this should be the answer. Now let's get back to string. So we know that any set of character enclosed between single quote, double quote or triple quote will be a string. So let's quickly create an example of string, some good string called s is equals to, okay, let's create hello world. Hello world. Okay. Now each character in string is having a positional value. Okay, starting from left to right by default, the positional value starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on till the end of the string. So in this particular scenario, the first character is having an index value of 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and the last character is of index number 10. Okay, or what is the length? 5, 5, 10, and 11. Yeah. So since we are starting with the index value of 0, the last character will be at index number length minus 1. And you can access any of the character of a string using that index value. So let's quickly see how this is happening. Suppose this is the string Python. Now each of these character in Python is having an index value like 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and then 5. Okay, so if you want to access, suppose, and this is assigned to a variable called s, and if you want to access the first character, you will have to put the name of the variable and followed by the index value. So this is how you will be able to access any character in a string. So suppose if you want to get the first character, you will be saying s of 0. If you want to, this will give you p, and if you want to get the last character, you will have to say s of 5. This will give you n. Okay, also the indexing in Python happens in a negative way also. So from right to left, so by default the counting starts from 0 and it goes from left to right. But in Python you can count the indexes in negative way also. So from right to left, it starts from -1, then -2, then -3, then -4, then -5, and then -6. So since from left to right, the counting was starting from 0, that's why it is going till 5, means length -1. And in from right to left, it is starting from -1 and it will go till minus length. So you can use any of the indexing technology, sorry, indexing method to access a particular character. So P can be accessed using S of 0 also and S of -6 also. Similarly, N can be accessed by S of -1 as well as S of 5. And similarly, if I want to access T, I can say S of -4 and also I can say S of 2. So you can access the characters in Python, sorry, in string using the positive or negative index. Okay, so let's see some examples. Suppose I want to get the first character, I can say S of 0. I want to get the last character, I can say S of -1 or S of, I think, 10. This will also give me the same thing. And if I say S of -11, it will give me H. Okay, S of 5 will give me the space which is there between this hello and world. Sorry. So each of the characters in a string is having an index value, and that's how we can access any particular character in a string. Now, strings actually are immutable in nature. These are the primitive data types and it is immutable. What I mean to say by immutable means, although we have discussed it already in the variables and data type part, that if you try to modify the string, it is not possible. And even if you can see that, okay, I am able to change a string, it is actually not changing the same string, it is creating a new string with the same variable. If you have any confusion in understanding what an immutable is, what a mutable is, you can just go to the variables and data type lecture and you will get a clear idea on that. So you can access the characters of a string using indexing method. Similarly, you can do a slicing on a string. Means you can create a substring of a particular string using the slicing method. How you can do that? You can simply say s of, and then you have to give three things: the start index, the end index, and the step size. Okay, so what is the start means from where you want to create a substring, so that particular index will come here. End means till where you want to create a substring, so this end index is always exclusive. And then there is the step size which helps you to calculate the next character, how far the next character is. Okay, so suppose in this example, if I want to slice the two characters, means I want to create a substring of two characters. So what I will have to say, I will have to do, now here I want to create a slice of two characters. Okay, this one. So I will have to first of give the variable name followed by the start index from where I want to create a slice. I want to create a slice from the start P, which is at index number 0. So I will have to give an index of 0, colon, and then I will have to give the end index, means till where I want to create a slice. So suppose I want to create a slice till y only. Okay, so what is the index of y? 1. Now end index is exclusive, means whatever index you will be giving, that will not be included in creating a slice. So if I will give 1 here, so it will start slicing from 0 to 1, but it will not include a character at 1. So basically it will return only one character, that is p. So if you want to get the first two character, what is the end index you will have to give? You will have to give the end index as, you will have to give the end index as 2. Okay, then you will get the 0 and 1 index. 2 is exclusive. And then the step size. So by default, the step size is having a value of 1. What the step size is doing, this step size is being added every time to the start index till the time you reach end index. Okay, and it will pick that particular character. So if I'll say in this case, it will first pick the character number p, and then it will start the step size of 1 to 0. So 0 plus 1, 1. It will pick up the next character which is at index number 1. So it will take y, and then 1 plus 1, 2. Now since 2 is the end index, it will stop the iteration. Okay, but suppose if I was supposed to iterate till 0 to 4, then in that case I would have written uh, 5 here, and then first of all it will start again from 0, means it will take P. 0 plus 1, 1. What is the character at index number 1? 1, Y. And then 1 plus 1, 2. What is the character at index number 2? T. So it will take T. And then 2 plus 1, 3. What is the character at index number 3? H. Then 3 plus 1, 4. What is the character at index number 4? O. And then 4 plus 1, 5. Since 5 is the end index, it will stop iteration and it will return you P, Y, T, H, O. Okay, so by default, there are some default values. By default, the start index will start from 0. So whenever you have to start from the starting of the string, you can either give 0 or you can simply say S, and then you can leave the start index as empty and then give the end index, and you can leave the end step size also. If you want to just take consecutive characters, means the characters which are consecutively placed, you can simply leave the step size also. So it will take the default value of 1. Okay, but suppose if you want to calculate the alternate character, like suppose you want to take the slice from 0 to 4, but you want alternate characters, means first you want P, then T, then O. In that case, okay, I will again place the variable name S followed by the first character from where I want to create a slice O, sorry, P, okay, which is at index number 0. So I can give 0 or I can leave it as empty. And then which will be my next character? It is not Y this time. So Y was at a distance 1. Now it is T, which is at a distance of 2. Okay, so what should be added to 0 to reach 2? Basically it is 2. So in this case my step size will become 2. Okay, so step size is basically helping you to get the next character in that iteration. So when you are doing the slicing, it creates an iteration, okay, of giving you characters from start index to end index, where end index is exclusive, and the step size helps you to decide what will be the next character or how far is the next character placed in terms of indexing. Okay, so let's quickly see some examples and you will get a better understanding. So in this case, suppose this S is hello world and I want to get hello from this. So to get hello, I have to start slicing from 0, then 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I want to get characters from 0 to 4 index. But what I will have to write? I can give 0 or I can leave that empty also. I will show you in the next cell. Okay, and if I will give 4 here, what will happen? And index is exclusive, it will give you hello. So to get hello, you will have to say s of, and then I can, since I'm starting from 0, I can leave it an empty, and I will have to give end index one more than the character till which I want to fetch. So in this case, I will be getting hello. Okay, now suppose I want to get world. What I will be doing, what is my start index? 5 and 6. So I will say start slicing from 6 colon, and till where I will go? I have to go till character index number 10. But if I'll put the index number 10 here, I will not get D. So I will have to give one more. Let it be here only. So let me put it in new cell as of 6 colon 11. Now end index is also having a default value. So if you will leave the end index, it will by default go till the end of the string. So you can simply say s of 6 colon, and it will start iterating from 6 index, and since end index is empty, it will iterate till the end of the string, and in this case it will give you WORLD. Okay, and in each of these cases, as you can see, I have not given the value of step size. Why? Because by default the step size is having 1, so it is always picking up the next characters. But if I want to get, suppose and let's see first, if I'll just put a colon here, what will happen? It will give you an entire string. Why? Because it is taking a default value of 0 for start index and till the end of the string for the end index. So it will return you the entire string. Now suppose I want to get the entire string but all the alternate characters. In this case, I will use a step size and I'll place the value 2. Now you can see it will give you H, then L, then O, then W, and R and D. So you can see step size is helping you to get the next character. What will be the next character's index basically. Now in Python, everything needs to be easy. So suppose I want to do a reverse thing. Okay, I want to get world but in the reverse order. Okay, what to do? So in this case, how I will think? I want to get DLROW, correct? So my start index should become either 10 or I can put -1. Okay, and now how many characters I need? 5 characters, so I have to go till -6. Okay, and index, because D is at -1, L is at -2, R is at -3, O is at -4, and W is at -5. So -1 till -6 and followed by step size. Now if I will leave it like this, what will happen? It will give me nothing. Why? Because it is I'm starting from -1 and I want to go till -6. But what is my step size? Step size is having a default value of 1. So what will happen in this case? It will think, okay, I need to start from -1, but as soon as it will add 1 to -1, it will become 0. So it will return you nothing. It will give you nothing on the right, because after D there is nothing. So in this case, from 1 you need from starting from -1 index, what is the next character you want? That is -2. And what is the character index value for the next character? -3. Then what is the character index value of next character? -4. Then what is the index value of next character? -5. So what you can add to -1 to get -2, and then what you can add to -2 to get -3? That is -1. So in this case, step size also needs to be kept in negative order. And now you are going to get DLROW in reverse order. So if you simply put colon colon and -1, basically in this case you are saying start from the beginning, go till end, but now this -1 will tell the interpreter to get the string in the reverse order. So this is the simplest way to reverse a string. Okay, how simple it is in Python. So that's how slicing and indexing works in string. And the same way the slicing and indexing works for lists also. Okay, so next we will be learning what list. So let's do some more example. Suppose I want to get uh, like I want to get OLLEH. So I will be saying -6, and then I want to start from -7 and go till -11. So I will simply saying -7 and go till -12. Okay, or I can leave it empty to go till the end of the string. Now after -7, so O is at -7. What is the index value of L in negative index? -8. Then again -9, -10, and -11. So what should be added to -7 to get -8? -1. -7 -1 will give you -8. -8 -1 will give you -9. So step size needs to be -1 in this case. If you will write -7 colon, what will happen? It will start iterating from this position but in the right order, because you are saying, okay, start from -7, but the step size is having a default value of 1. So what will be added to -7? 1. -7 plus 1, -6. What is the character at -6? Empty, that is space bar. -6 plus 1, -5. What is the character at -5? W. So it will pick up this one, sorry, this thing. Okay, if you will not give the step size, in order to get it in the reverse order, you will have to put the step size as -2. Similarly, if you want to get the reverse of the string but only the alternate character, you will have to say colon colon and -2, and it will give you the string reverse of the string but only the alternate characters. So that's how you will be of uh, working with strings. That's how you will be indexing a character of a string. That's how you will be slicing a string. So let's quickly see some of the important predefined functions for string. Like suppose if I have a string or let me put it as into some another variable r equals to Python. And suppose I want to get or create a uppercase instance of this string. So I will simply say r dot, and on, if you are on an IDE, okay, you can put in the name of the string dot and then hit the tab button, and you can see all the related predefined functions for this string, what all are available. So in this case we have capitalized, case code, center, count, encode, a lot of functions are already there which is predefined for you and you can use it. Okay, so suppose in this case I want to get the upper case of this string. So I can say r dot upper, and it will return you an instance of uppercase of r. Actual r is still the same. Actual r has not changed. Okay, in order to change actual r, you will have to say r equal to r dot upper. Okay, but now if you say r has changed, but if you are just applying upper on a string, it will just return you a new instance. Okay, it will return you a result with a new instance. Actual string will not be changing. Now since we have r in uppercase and I want to get the lowercase r or lowercase of this, I will have to say r dot lower. It will return me an instance of lowercase string. Okay, now R is still in uppercase only. In order to change it, I will have to say R equals to R dot lower. And now you can see R will be changed to lowercase string. So upper is to get an instance of uppercase, lower to get a lowercase. Then we have capitalize also. So what it will do? Capitalize will just return you the first character as uppercase, all others will remain in lowercase. Okay. Now suppose r dot, and then if I have to say find, and I want to find a particular character in this t, oh, t. So it will give me the index value for this particular character. Okay. So if I will say r dot find and then th. Okay, if I want to find a particular substring in a string, it will give you the starting characters index value. Okay, and then obviously you can add the length of this particular substring to get the end index also. So find will help you to find a particular substring or particular characters index value. Then we have r dot, let's see. Okay, let's see the count one. So count will help you to get the count of a particular character. So suppose in this case in S we have a lot of L's. Okay, so if I'll say S dot count and then L, it will give me the number of occurrences of L in this particular string. So in this case I'm getting 3. If I'll say S dot count and then I'll say O, it will give me 2. So that's how you can apply any particular predefined function on a string, and you can get the results. If in Jupyter Notebook, if you want to read the docstring of a particular function or what a particular function is there, so suppose if I am saying s dot count, okay, count, and after writing the function name, you can press shift and tab, and it will open up the doc string for that particular function. So it is saying s dot count return the number of non-overlapping occurrences of the substring sub in this particular string. So in order to get the doc string is basically whenever you create a function to explain what that particular function is doing, you create a doc string for that. So when we will be learning about functions, we'll be talking in detail. So basically, you can read a particular function's docstring using shift and tab key. So that's it for this lecture. Please comment if you have any suggestions or if you have any questions, and do not forget to hit like and subscribe button. Thank you.